I don't know. That's a lie.
No.
Or the spider web. Yeah.
We'll make that free.
So I'm just going to go check that. I just thought I'd look. Could be coincidence because they do deal with spiders to make up something. But it is. So what we're going to do is we're going to clean them off. It'll be that one and the other one up the side here. As I'm not hooked on anything, I'm hooked on information. There's addictions in every sort. Addiction for information can be an addiction. Addiction for money. Everybody out there actually has an addiction because they have a favourite. And a favourite usually causes an addiction of what you like. So when you have money, you might have addiction of bullying people with your money. It's fun. You might have addiction of helping people. You might have an addiction of adrenaline rush. It all depends when it comes to that. So I just cleaned off those spider webs. So hopefully, so you've got a candle in there. The candle. It's been in there for a while now, not lit. As it was there for a point when it comes to trying to communicate on YouTube, besides to people that you already know. Clean it up a little bit. There we go. Now they've talked about webs, and I'll talk about why I put spiders in an art piece. Right? There's information I can't talk about yet, but they talk about webs and nature working with things and stuff like that. Now you can get nature to work with you either by doing cheats, which is what these people talk about, spells and stuff like that. They exist, and we've got history of stories of such things and mysteries. If they were real, when would we find out they were? How much science tools would we need to know when that comes, right? And that's what I've talked about already, and I bailed out of it because without the tools and the right information, the right group, the right badge, you would never know, right? And it can continue to exist to screw with you, as you could use spells to do things that naturally people are going through you and stuff like that, so they don't notice it, like giving gut aches more often and giving them bad luck more often, and they won't notice it. As humans just go, it's just happening. That's what I've got. If I said to them, imagine if I just gave you a gut ache, would you know? Oh, no, hang on. You talk about the possibilities, right? Of the information that we believe he's told us that is true, which is why we have laws and what we believe is true, right?
Needs to go to relationship therapy or marriage counseling or something like that.
They need to go to therapy. So people that need to go to therapy is because they don't know what to say or do next. Right? Most of the time people need to go to therapy because of family members interfering, workplaces interfering, not the right area, financial issues, stuff like that. Otherwise, they're going through an issue because their parents didn't teach them, they don't understand. Like they didn't know how to budget, so they're fighting a lot because of money issues, right? But they don't need therapy because their friends are going, you're fighting, like, why don't you go to therapy? But if they knew behind the scenes, it was about money, wasn't it? And therapy can find out. That's what therapy is there for, to tell you something you don't know and to help you guide that. And sometimes people need a person in there and they're paying for it because they're paying for it too. It makes them help. It's a placebo effect. It makes them help them actually work harder. I've noticed that with people that you can give them the same advice, but if someone else comes in and gives the same advice, and definitely if you have to pay for it, they believe they have to listen. Right? It's a little bit like why we listen to the police more and certain things, because we the people pay for them, but and believe they're there for a certain reason, and so we listen, but then we don't when certain things don't happen when it comes to those areas. True? Right? And so when it comes to therapy, I don't usually need therapy. I do quite good. We usually fight because of a problem. Isn't that right, Emma? A problem means an interference problem of a friend, a family, certain things, unfair laws. You stood up to fight a law. People fight over that overseas. People fight in North Korea about trying to get away from North Korea. But he goes, but it's our life. It's a risk. People fight, you see. And it's usually because of the things around them. No love, right, around them. We can cause any bad issues. Can cause a lot of fights, true? That's just natural. And if that happens, the people around them can't go get therapy, but they just might because they're the ones that caused it, don't care, or don't understand. right? And just believe therapy fixes everything. But therapy does need to be there for the ones that don't understand or can't look it up themselves. They're too far gone. They can't think. Stuff like that, right? Would need therapy, as they will think for them to help them along. True. But anyway, we'll just truck along with this for a second.
All for somebody else. It's like new excitement energy.
New excitement energy.
Okay?
Mm.
Like,
Now, I've talked about that, what people with too much money might do.
There's an easy target to do a love spell on.
Love spells.
Whatever, maybe this
Let me know in comments. That's why I've got these videos up of these people. It's crazy, isn't it? And that's why I send reports that without proof of it, it makes fucked up people, couldn't it? Right? Otherwise, if it's just entertainment, we're making entertainment right now by doing this. Right? They want to talk about that to make it sound cool and be in your dreams and all that kind of crap and say in the comment, but don't comment. And we'll show you what you put out, what you receive. And then we see bullying, which I've been recording and talking about. Oh. And that's what the bullies sound like when they don't get what they want in movies, don't they? And why do people sound like things in movies the same in real life? Do movies have that right? Or do people copy movies? Is there an influence? You see? Little tickle again. I get the tickle since I put this on. And that's just me talking the truth. No, I'm coughing a little quicker than usual. And it's a tickle, not an actual can't breathe, phlegm's building up when I need a cough. Because me see, yeah? You see what I mean? So who is this? As I'm saying that, why would they say that? Is that coincidence? Would that be a person would say that when they know that I'm talking the truth? They're like, shit, who is this? Shit, he's dabbing us in. Shit. Do you reckon that would have related? Am I the only one that sees? Let me know in comments. I know I'll get a comment from someone, right? But I'm still waiting on some intelligence and some love out there mixed together. That means the good apple, right? And with the intelligence, right? Not the bad apple with the intelligence. And you know what we see mostly out there, people? If you want to actually look and you wonder why we don't have these peace countries and why we're still having wars and stuff, it's because of just what I just told you. And your leaders have got that one over here. Not enough good leaders. I guess the ineditable's coming. It's a safe world out there, I guess, eh? I guess it's not. Anyway, we'll leave that to you guys. Because we, the people, collectively do get an outcome. Wars or not. That's our collective outcome. Right? And the only ones who can change it are the very few. And if they don't, well, like wars all go. Hitler sent all these men first before he went out. Right? The army leaders are getting less and less to go to the front line, which they're meant to know what it feels like and what life is and how risky it is. And do they really want to risk it now they're there? Makes them want to change their mind, a little bit more when they're in it, right? But when they're not and they can just have their pawns, right? It's easy decisions, don't you think? But spiritual haters. Well, I'm not a spiritual hater, I guarantee you that. In fact, I've got high hopes that there is a spiritual way that we can see that's the right way, that will guide us and will guide laws. And I'm studying why we're all still fighting and why the biggest countries and spiritualist countries can't even connect right now. Don't you think? Now, they're the biggest. They know all about it. They've spread it to us. So they've got to say, right, why are they fighting? Why we have their fights here? So who's got it right? Perhaps they got it all wrong. Perhaps we should go the atheist way and figure out something. Don't go non-believers. Just go, let's just stop for a minute and figure out something. Can't we see we're losing our main keys of all these religions that say to do this because we will prosper? And to do this, we will prosper in religions is meant to be doing a nice, honest, right way, balanced and fair. But where do we see that? Right? But anyway, have a good one, everybody, and see you later.